G'day, my name's Matt. I started fishing seriously about 5 years ago. In that time I got chronic fatigue and was wiped out for 12 months. I had a bus company. I lost everything that I had because without being able to work I couldn't keep it up, and fishing was the only thing that saved my life. Just being able to get out and get away from all the phone calls and the stress and everything, have a day out fishing. I'd sleep all day, we'd hook up, I'd jump up, fight the fish, get the marlin off the lure and put them out again and go back to sleep again while my mates drive. But there was just getting out there, was being able to relax and recharge the batteries to go again. I started fishing around the world, chasing the Royal Slams with the International Game Fishing Association. I've only got 3 fish to go to be first in the world to do it. But while I've been fishing overseas, I've fished with a lot of guides over there that donate their time to take out soldiers that have been wounded or their families while they're away and give them a day out fishing to relax. Because fishing had saved my life, I figured that it would be a great opportunity to start something like that over here. About 3 years ago I met a blind girl called Cynthia, and she'd gone blind when she was 6, and because of that nobody had ever really done anything with her. So the night I met her, I decided to take her to America with me on a fishing trip and give her the trip of a lifetime, hopefully catch her a few fish. So in that 6 months we did everything from going to the museum to indoor rock climbing to bushwalking to walking through fast flowing creeks. I had her 4-wheel driving while I'm in the passenger's seat hanging on for grim death, scaring the crap out of me, but telling her which way to go, left and right and whatnot, but just to build the confidence up in herself that she could do it, and also in me that I wasn't going to put her into any danger. Through that, it's given me a great lot of fun being able to help somebody that wouldn't have been able to do these things otherwise if somebody wasn't there helping them. And that's why we've started a fishing organisation called Fishing for Freedom. We've just got it all started now, and there's a mate of mine that was in the army for a lot of years. So I went around to see him to get some advice on how we could get in contact with people in the army, and he said, I've just got the bloke for you, his name's Darren, and I'll give him a call. So Darren got on the phone and we had a chat. Come say good day, Darren.
Hey mate.
G'day.
Hey, mate.
Nice to see you again.
You too, mate.
So tell us a bit of your story.
Yeah, alright. Basically I was about 17 years of age, going off the rails as a kid a bit. And my father was a policeman, and he gave me basically 4 options: Army, Navy, Air Force or jail. So I applied for all 3, ended up in the Army at the age 17, and after 25 years of service I was medically discharged. During my service I was involved in a motorcycle accident back in 1995 which bunged my left leg up fairly badly, and I continue today to still struggle with the pain there. I ended up being medically discharged due to several different injuries, and upon discharge in 2011, my wife and I, we moved to Port Macquarie. In Port Macquarie I joined the RSL. From there I met a couple of really good guys and ended up going out fishing with them all the time. I hadn't fished in 25 years and just took it up, and it was so much fun just going out on a boat or just off the shore and rocks.
I gotta say mate, 25 years, what the hell were you doing?
Well, briefly I was in artillery and then into Ordnance Corps as a logistics officer, and finished up in Army headquarters in a great position there. So yeah, just to pop back to the RSL, I ended up moving up here to Brisbane in September last year, and got onto an organisation called Mates for Mates, and they're basically there to support veterans and their families, and as well as providing all different services from yoga to gymnasiums to massages and everything, and they look after veterans and adventurous training type activities. They did the Sydney to Hobart, they're doing the Kokoda track later this year. They're currently kayaking from Victoria to Tasmania. So Mates for Mates are there to provide different activities for people to be able to go and enjoy themselves. And with Matt, he's brought me along as to help get this up and running, and Mates for Mates are pretty keen to get on board as well. So hopefully we'll be able to get the cost down to minimal, and get into some fundraising activities and that type of thing. So by the end of it, we're hoping to be fully funded. So mates and mates are going to be there beside us at this stage, and hopefully we can kick it right off really well and continue getting veterans and their families involved into this type of activity and enjoying fishing, whether it's just off the beach or out deep sea. From what Matt's told me, the intent's going to be at least one day every weekend, and we'll go from there. It'll be a different agenda every week, and we'll just get the numbers up and running. So that's basically it, man.
So when you got out of the army, you were saying that you went to Port Macquarie and you started fishing. So what impact did going fishing have on you?
Well, it's hard to talk about, and as everybody knows, nobody likes the stigma of mental illness. I had depression fairly bad and a couple of other mental issues, so I was lucky enough to get good medical help, and they basically said fishing's an ideal way to get back to mental fitness. And as I said, the last 3 years I've just been that involved in fishing, whether it's in a kayak, boat or on the beach. It doesn't matter. I just get out there and have a good time.
Yeah, it's a great way to get out and clear your head. Eh?
Absolutely, man.
And if you get on board with a few people and you can get out and dribble crap all day and have a laugh, and
doesn't matter what you catch. It's about getting out there and having mateship, and it doesn't matter for veterans and that type of thing. We find it very hard to assimilate back into civilian life. So for you to come along and offer this great organisation to the veterans and with disabilities, it's just a fantastic effort.
Yeah, awesome. That's what we like to hear, and at least we know that we're on the right track. But it's not something that we can do by ourselves. We've got a great group of people that are jumping on board, and having somebody like yourself on board is really appreciative as well. Obviously we're not standing in the pub at the moment, we're standing in the local tackle shop. And Mark, if you just want to come and say good day.
Yeah, this is Tackle Land in Sandgate. Yeah. Fantastic.
How are we, guys?
G'day, good, thank you.
Good.
Good.
So we've been customer yours for a little while now. We've obviously bought a few gear. You've helped us out with different gear, chasing the fish around for these Royal Slams. It was just a natural progression that we obviously wanted to get you involved, and we had a chat with you, and this is something that you were really keen to jump on board about. Do you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. I spent 15 years in the service as well, and I got out due to an injury as well. I unfortunately didn't see any active service or anything like that, but a lot of my friends actually have, and it's to see these guys coming back now with the injuries they got, plus like I was saying, the mental issues there, which people can't see, they don't fully understand. It's quite a significant thing that these guys got to deal with. So the more help we can get, the better things are for everybody. So it's not just the guys that serve, but it's also their families. Their families go through a lot of hardship. So to be able to support the families as well is just an awesome thing to be able to do. So it's a really good thing, and yeah, there's not enough people out there doing it.
Yeah. So Tackle Land at Sandgate, obviously you've got a great store in here with a lot of gear, a lot of great advice. Can people order offline and get stuff sent around the country as well?
Absolutely, we do an online service. People, if they can't get a computer, they just ring us up. We can actually send stuff all over Australia, which is quite good as well. So.
And you were saying that you're also going to be looking into some gear that is going to be right up our alley, helping.
Well, it's a lot of guys do carry different injuries, whether they're hand injuries or leg injuries and stuff like that as well. It's not just the ex-service guys. It's people with any form of disability. Sure. We've got a lot of our fishers are a little bit older and they don't like to admit it, but their hands go. So instead of having those tiny little scissors, we've got the big ones we can put our hands right into and actually work them. Yeah. The guys with strokes, they can't release, so we've got spring operated gear as well, right down to fishing rods, which looks a little bit space age, but it actually helps guys with strokes and that sort of injuries as well. So it's
awesome, and that's why we wanted to jump on board with you, because we've discussed this over the last few years, the sort of things you're getting involved with, and that's what the sort of people that we're going to be taking out fishing. So
absolutely,
it was a natural progression that we'd love to have you on board, and we really appreciate the support that you've shown behind us as well.
Yeah, it is a good thing, but we're always on the hunt also for gear as well. So if people do know stuff out there that we can actually get in to assist other people, yeah, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, awesome.
That's good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's Fishing for Freedom. Fins up, bro.